Oh, okay. Then there's this Justine Paradise girl who is getting so much harassment. I just want to do a quick update and support to her because she's like erasing her social media because all the threats she's getting. This is a girl who accused Jake Paul, and Keemstar called her a liar publicly, and this is the result of basically Keemstar calling her a liar.
From random people, but people who are in Los Angeles telling me that they're here so I need to watch my back. People saying that they will fight me if they see me. People saying that I need to kill myself. Like, there are so many messages of people telling me just to kill myself.
Yeah.
And that's super overwhelming for me because I've never experienced this amount of hate on the internet before. The hate is so insane. The things that people are making up about it, it's so weird. Even seeing people's podcasts, everyone makes their own little assumptions about the video because it's only a 20-minute long video. It's not like hours of me saying every little tiny detail. So everyone has their own little assumptions about everything, and it's so strange to watch. It's so strange to watch so many people judge even the tiniest things I say, or if I'm looking off to the side when I'm talking, which I do a lot. It's so weird to have this much attention, and especially for so much of it to be negative. It's really hard. I've been considering just turning off all my comments and making my messages so only people I follow can message me. And because at first I just kind of got wrapped up in looking at the comments, because when people ask questions I wanted to be able to answer them and defend myself, but there's just so much disgusting hate that it's just pointless to even go through it. I know what happened, so there's no point in me fighting for the internet to believe me. If people don't believe me, they don't believe me. It's like, that sucks a lot. I put out my video for a few reasons. The first reason is I wanted to protect other people and spread awareness about it, and I definitely think I did that. I can check that box. I spread awareness about it, whether people believe me or not. At least now when girls hang out with them, they'll have that in the back of their mind, you know. The other reason is I didn't want to keep that a secret anymore. I hate keeping secrets. That it's so awful. So holding on to that was so heavy for me. But I saw this TikTok right before I posted the video. This is actually the thing that pushed me.
Well, anyway, she's getting a bunch of shit from people like Keemstar who are calling her a liar.
Well, you know
and
what,
I wanted
though?
to give
Like,
her a little support.
Yeah, and like words of advice for this kind of thing is like, she was right. She's like, it gets exhausting trying to defend yourself. Like, you shouldn't. Just like put your truth out.
Right.
People are all like, there's always gonna be people that won't believe you. Like, even if it's like hardcore, like there's evidence out there of everything that's happened with me, and like people will still be like, I don't believe her. So like, one, people will not believe you. You just gotta like stop reading comments. Two, people like move on. You share your truth, and the truth will either eventually prevail. Look at me 2 years later. People are like, wow, Trisha was telling the truth on some things, whatever. Or you know what? People just kind of move on and forget about it. But like, as long as you tell your truth and you do what you need to do, like if you want to press charges, don't press charges, whatever heals your heart, you know, like just do it. But you just gotta like not be online. That's what I give those people, especially like during when it gets like last week I had a little bit of a meltdown, you know, so I just got offline for a couple days, and honestly it was best. I did get the vaccine, which kind of made me sick. I know I was like, whatever, I got sick from the vaccine. I mean, I was only 1 day, but like it was nice to be offline for that day. Even though I was sick, I was like, oh, it's like a reset, because like, the internet's not real, and the people who like tell you like those trolls are like not real people. They really are. I have only gotten one hater in real life, and it was like a 9-year-old David Dobrik fan, and he's like, F you, Trisha, and he's like 9. But other than that, like, I've never had a hater.
There you go. I think that's good advice.
Yeah, you gotta have to like just share your truth and just expect that half the people won't believe you, but that's, who cares? Who cares if trolls?
I really want to also just continue to dispel this myth that people are coming forward for clout. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's like,
it looks like she's having a really good time with all the clout she's enjoying over there.
But again, those are like, literally, those are like the young like kids, or just like incels, or just people who are not smart, like that think that nobody thinks that if you're like intelligent, or you're like really young yourself, if you're like a 17-year-old who thinks like that's how you like get clout, or I don't know what.
Oh, speaking of Keemstar, I wanted to mention this on the last episode, but I forgot.
No drama. It's my birthday week. I don't want drama.
Well, I just wanted to say, not about you. You're innocent in this, but for everyone listening who loves Hila, myself included, who's an angel,
I love Hila.
Keemstar literally was tweeting pictures to her and me, calling her a horse for like a year because he was mad at me. Literally sending pictures of horses to me and Hila, saying that she looked like a horse.
That's like, yeah, that like, I
Dude,
can see
can you
hate
imagine?
to me to you, but it's like someone like Hila who literally is like so not problem. Like, what's the point?
And she's beautiful, amazing.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And so, like, obviously it didn't bother me, but I was like, I cannot believe that this is a like almost 40-year-old man with a daughter, and he's sending daily horse pictures to me and Hila. to call her a horse. And then when AB started defending me, he started sending pictures of witches to AB and his wife Lena, saying that she looks like a witch, who's also a really beautiful, amazing person.
I mean,
so
but
Keemstar's the worst part, 25,000.
But it's also like when you're like so ugly on the inside like him, I feel like he gets ugly people. He attracts ugly.
Yeah, he's just,
by association, but whatever. I hate that. I hate in general when guys just like make fun of people's like looks for what, even if there's, I don't know, it's just so weird. It's so weird.
It was like, and people thought, and like his fans thought it was funny. And like a lot of people started tweeting horses to Hila. And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
But also the fact that people like are doing that with their like life, thinking it's going to like affect you guys. Like it's just,
more so I was just like, I can't believe this is a real person.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't affect me.
No, not at all.
It never affects me like maybe because I'm like numb to it, but it never affects me anymore when people call me like something.
Yeah, the looks. It's like, I mean, we should all be like, I mean, look, people aren't always secure with their looks, but like, I mean, Hila's beautiful. She's not going to get offended from Keemstar calling her a horse, you know.
It's just weird.
So anyway, there's
no
that.
This week though for me.
Okay.
Because he like makes lies up about me, and then like it's one of those things where it's so exhausting. Like that girl said, like you can't defend yourself. Like people are gonna believe what they want to believe, and you're just like, even if it's so ridiculous, but it's still like annoying.
Yeah, Keemstar has spent. He lies about everyone.
You know what it is? It's like I want to say this too. Here's another statement I want to make. Like if someone has like an issue with me or anything, I like have no problem like addressing it if it's something I did wrong or something I did that was bad. Like I will always address like my bad behavior in the past, now, currently, whatever. But if something's just not even in reality, there's been a couple people this past week, where they're just literally making it up. I'm just like, that's when I start getting like triggered because my own head starts being like, oh my God, because I start getting that. You start thinking things that are just not true because they're putting it in this like fake reality. Yeah. So if something's just so far off reality, like I can't even address it because like what mental capacity could anyone have to like fight a lie? Like it's so scary when someone can just make things up out of thin air, and at that point you just gotta be like, okay, well let them look crazy, I guess. But
well, you know, I'm
not avoiding things if I'm not talking about something. It's really just because like it's just lies and
it's so hard to deal with people like just flat out lying because it's like one, how do you dispute it, and two, it's just so disturbing that people are willing to believe something that like there's no evidence for.
Yeah,
I mean, one of my hardest like year or two doing this is because of Keemstar. He started this blatant lie that I was. Did I talk about that I was stealing money from a video game that I was supposed to donate to charity? And he started this lie, and it spread so much that people were making videos about it, and I was getting so much hate, and I was trying to ignore it for so long and not talk about it. But it became to this point where everybody online just fucking hated my guts because of this lie he made. And so I finally made a video addressing it. I had the game developer on. He's like, "No, that money was for you guys. It's not have anything to do with charity. That's a total fucking lie." And it came to the point where I was actually able to like exonerate myself in some people's eyes by just finally addressing it. But for so long, it's like, it's so fucking depressing to be hated for something that you didn't even do. And it's like, you don't want to address the drama. You don't want to deal with it. But it's like, someone like Keemstar never stops. He never fucking stops.
But I think it's like shown over time. Like I've always been like really combative, and like just with anybody else, not just even Keemstar, anyone else. Like over time, you either show like, oh, this person was telling the truth, or this person just has a habit of doing this. And for so long, I was that habit of like being a troll or whatever, and be like, oh, so you have to like break it. But after a while, I feel like people will see it. You know what I mean? Like I think they see. But it's good to defend yourself if it's something serious and you're getting a lot of hate. Like I would. But then with my instance, sometimes people spread lies, and people are like, okay, clearly this person's just like making this up or whatever. But
my problem was like before I started Lexapro, I got really, really depressed from all this and just being like hated by so many people for this shit. And like, I just felt like I wasn't in a good space to even speak on my behalf. Like I was just so fucking depressed and just in a horrible mood all the time and just really sad. Yeah. And so when I started medicating myself and feeling better, and then I started seeing things a little clearer, where I was like, I'm going to address this, and I'm feeling like confident finally to be able to address this in a good way.
Internet's tough. I mean, I really do think it's tough when people are like, I get why people like leave like Jenna Marbles. You know what I mean? I think after a while you just get exhausted. Yeah. I think I'm just actually crazy where I'm just like every morning I'm just like, here I go again. You know what I mean? But like I think like a mental like stable person would probably be like, I can't do the internet for too long.
No, I think a lot of people just, they hit a wall where they're like, I can't take this, you know.
You know what? Yeah. I've literally like been like the voices in my head for so long. They're worse than the voices on the internet. So like I can take it. You know what I mean? Like I've been hearing like shit talking in my head since I was like 5 years old. So I'm like, oh, this is like nothing. My own voices are like, you're an idiot or you're fat. The internet is like whatever.
If I'm telling myself that, does it count as a voice?
I don't know. That's a good
And
question.
I'm like, I'm fat. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, mine are like voices in my head.
They're
I'm
like
hearing.
actual people,
Mhm.
other people.
Yeah, and I've had that for like my whole life, but like not as severe, but you know.
You have characters, like names of people?
No, I don't. I wish I did. People would probably have believed me earlier on, but like I don't have names.
They're just random. It's not like reoccurring characters. It just comes and goes.
Yeah. It's also just thoughts. Like I think I told you too. It's just like thoughts where I just think like I think of scenarios that aren't even true in my head. Like like I was telling you last week, I was thinking like, oh, you're getting tweets or something about me, so that means you're gonna end the show. Moses is gonna leave me because then you guys aren't my family anymore. Like you start thinking all these thoughts that just come out of like nowhere. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But I got snapped back into reality. I'm here.
Yeah, when I saw